Hey, welcome back, guys. I'd like to do a comparison video between Glock's 19X and their Glock 45, which is technically a 9mm, but it's called a 45. There's a lot of confusion out there. You hear a lot of people saying a lot of things about what's the differences and what's the same, and some people say, well, it's just a black version of the same gun. But there are differences, and good and bad, there's differences. This is the Glock 19X, and for all you guys out there that like to safety check guns, these have already been safety checked, but I want you to see that they are safe and ready to go. Some of the differences between these, the Glock 45 most noticeably has front serrations, where the Glock 19X doesn't have those front serrations. They both have these ambidextrous slide releases, which is good for me because I'm a lefty, and it's made them very user friendly. They both have the exact same reversible safety, and that can be reversed to the other side if you want it to be. And dimensions wise, these both have the Glock's tritium sights on there, and they also make these with the standard U notch sight, or whatever the heck they call it, that painted U. And they have another one that's a front tritium sight, and then the back is just blacked out. But some of the other differences with these is right here. You notice this is a bigger Magwell. This is a flared Magwell. I don't know if you can see the flared over here, but this is flared out. So it makes for quicker reloads, where the 19X is not. Now the 19X has a lanyard loop, where the Glock 45 doesn't. And it also has this front lip here. Now, from what I hear, supposedly this is supposed to protect the magazine or something. I don't know, but the Glock 45 ships with 3 of these 17-round Gen 5 magazines. And this Glock 45 will take any Gen magazine. The Glock 19X ships with these Gen 4 magazines, but they'll fit perfectly in the Glock 45 as well. Not so with the 19X. The 19X won't take the Gen 5 magazines because they get caught on this lip right here. The difference between these Gen 4 and Gen 5 magazines is this lip. I don't know if you can see it there, but it sticks up farther than that Gen 4 magazine. That's the biggest difference. Of course, the follower on these is a bright orange. That way you know it's a Gen 5. But these will not fit in these Glock 19Xs. They will not fit. Now, in the box, when you get a 19X, you get this coyote brown box. You get your back straps. You get 2 19-round magazines, 17 plus 2. The speed loader, and then the 17-round magazine that's already in the gun. With the Glock 45, you get 3 of these Gen 5 17-round magazines, the speed loader, the back straps, and then that black case that you've known to come to know and love. That's what you get in the box with these. They both, I'm going to take these apart here, just so you can kind of see the differences, because there's a lot of confusion to the differences in these on the inside as well. But they're the same. The barrels are the GMB or Glock marksman barrel. They have that recessed crown. And dimensionally, or dimension-wise, or however you say it, they're exactly the same. The frames on these, the dimensions are the same on the frames as well. Like I said, your biggest differences are right here. That's where your differences are. Where you have the flared Magwell versus not flared, and that little lip on the front, and then of course the lanyard. Now you can take this lanyard out. You can push that out of there and take that out if you don't want it. But as most of you know, this 19X was designed for the military, so the different design changes on this, where it varied from most of the Glocks, is what the military wanted. Now, these were designed for law enforcement. So you see the design differences between what law enforcement wants in a firearm and what the military wanted in a firearm. Those are your differences there. I took these both out and shot them, and they both shot excellent. They both shot, the new GMB barrel, in my opinion, is so much more accurate than that old polygonal rifling. That's the biggest difference between the GMB barrels. They actually went over to, they did away with that polygonal rifling that they've been known for so many years, and they made this what they call the Glock marksman barrel or marksmanship barrel, and it is more accurate. All the Gen 5s that I've shot better than the Gen 4s, and that I've shot better than the Gen 3s. They're just a more accurate version of the barrel, in my opinion. From what I've seen, I took these out and shot these. And I'm going to put that in a different video, but I took these out and I shot these, and they shot well. If I take my time shooting these, you can easily put 5 shots in one hole at 21 feet is where I shot everything, at 21 feet. And it's easy to do if you just take my time and do it. But if you, of course, if you shoot faster, your groups open up, and that's just how it goes. And you always work on being as accurate as you can, but you want to be as fast as you can. But those are the biggest differences between these guns. Again, those front serrations on there. The Gen 5 magazine versus the Gen 4 magazine. That front lip versus no front lip. And then this flaring, and there's no flaring here. And then of course the lanyard loop in the back. And the color. That 19X is only available in this coyote brown color, and this Glock 45 is only available in this black color. I like them both. I was one of those guys that as soon as this 19X came out, I had to own it. So I quickly ran out and I bought it as soon as I could. And you always pay more than you should when you do that, but I had to be the first guy on my block that owned one. So I did. I went out and bought it. I shot it. I loved it. I love the way the grip feels. I love that they don't have that little notch that the Gen 5s are kind of becoming known for, that little notch in there. But neither one of these have that, by the way. They don't have that. I like that Gen 5s did away with the finger grooves. They don't fit my fingers perfectly. Some people, I guess they do. Me, they don't. But this fits me perfectly. So I really, really like that. The Gen 2 was the last one that I really enjoyed shooting because it didn't have those finger grooves. In Gen 3, they went to the finger grooves. They kept them for the Gen 4s. With the Gen 5s, they did away with it. So I absolutely love this, the way it feels in my hand. I love that it finally has an ambidextrous slide release. That was my biggest pet peeve, but you just kind of got used to doing it with your finger on the other side, but now I don't need to. And with this Glock 45, I kind of wavered back and forth. I said, well, do I need that? I have a 19X. But to be honest, I just like the look of the black gun better than the coyote gun, or the coyote gun, the coyote brown. I just like the look of it better. So that was the biggest reason. The front serrations is supposed to help you to press check the gun a little better. Um, not not having this front lip is a good thing. And truthfully, between you and I, you can shave this thing off of there. It's not necessary. You can file that thing down because it doesn't do anything. So if you wanted to, you could just kind of file that thing down. Then you could use the Gen 5 magazines if you wanted to. Um, I like that I can use any magazine with this, whether it's Gen 5 or Gen 4 or Gen 3 or whatever. That's always a bonus, that I don't have to buy a special mag just for one gun. I don't like that. And I don't know if you can change out these base plates to make them fit. I have no idea. But I don't intend to buy any more of these Gen 5 magazines because the Gen 4s do the same thing for me. And I have tons and tons and tons and tons of them. But there you have it. There's my take on the differences between the Glock 45 and the Glock 19X. They're both so beautiful guns. And again, I'll post that video of me shooting both of these. They shot really well. I was going to put it all together on this video, but it would be too long. Just kind of showing you the dimensions on these and the way they look and different angles. Beautiful guns. But that's it. Thank you very much and God bless.